very excited, very fortunate to have participated in this program, the week-long summer institute, as well as the subsequent visit to all the different Library Congress's reading room provided me a very solid foundation. And being a librarian, I wanted to use this experience to create instructional activity. Incorporating what I had learned. So here is, I just wanted to show you what I did for my faculty, my professional development activity. So I created a workshop called Unlocking the Power of Primary Source Research from the Library of Congress. And my project in a nutshell, I wanted to make sure that, I demonstrated to my colleagues how Library of Congress primary sources can be used to undergraduate research at our college and to create class projects, assignment, leading to student success and lifelong learning. So I talked about the benefits and challenges involved in teaching with primary sources, and like Carolyn mentioned, our student population is just so diverse and so unique. So I also talked about what challenges it brings and what primary sources mean to our students in this digital age. So this is my project in a nutshell. I did an icebreaker activity. I gave an overview of my fellowship program just so that, in future, the faculty would be inspired to apply for this program. I did a modeling of a critical analysis activity and idea sharing and how we can use the primary sources. So for my icebreaker activity, what I did was I selected some primary sources on few selected themes so that later in the workshop I focused on how to analyze these sources to explore the themes at a deeper level. And here you can see some of the primary sources that I have laid out, and some of the, I can see Tanner here, some of the faculty members looking at the primary sources here as an icebreaker activity. And then here is my class. I'm leading my session, my faculty, and showing them a couple of primary sources and how to engage in critical analysis for these classes. And then I wanted to also just make sure that I modeled an activity for them, just to kind of, tell them this was, I felt at times that I was preaching to a choir, because, here I was teaching the faculty as to how to teach, which I was like not really qualified for. But so I thought that here if I could demonstrate what I have learned here, maybe, that will tell itself. So I selected from the print and photograph division, I used this Louis Hine photograph. And as a group, we studied this photograph, trying to connect it to what we already knew and what we could learn from that. And then we brainstormed, could this photograph or photographs like that, could it be used as an entry point for a deeper research to engage students? Could it be effective for a student writing a paper in English, or could it be used to introduce a unit on rise of industrialization in America? Or can we link it to migrant farm workers, or even to war refugees, or somebody working on global child labor issues, or on sweatshops? So this just provides endless possibilities, and Montgomery County is all about endless possibilities. A fellow faculty participant later told me how he successfully incorporated what I had presented on the primary sources to his course, and Al Kapakian for his English 101 class. He showed his photograph to English 101 students, and even prior to the discussion, some students immediately connected to this course, the course's theme, the generational fate of farm workers in Dominican Republic as depicted in Junot Diaz's The Dreamer. So he was very inspired to use that, and he really loved it. So what are the benefits of teaching with primary sources? I think learning with primary sources is really inquiry-based research. It connects with past, and it questions your assumptions. It is so fragmented, controversial, so you want to really, dive deep into it to try and find out. It fosters your critical thinking. As we, during the model activity, we kind of, brainstormed about that. It is so inclusive and engaging for our students. And just because our students are so diverse and so unique, some of them are adult students, so it is really, it just brings the class together when they are working on something like this. It is such an integrative and interdisciplinary learning, I thought, that I just wanted to, throw in some points to you. And this is something that my faculty also mentioned as we were brainstorming this. And we have all kinds of learner at Montgomery College. And so this is like, this kind of a visual learning is something that, the experience they can live with, they can take with them. So that was something that I thought that was very, very interesting, what I learned, and I wanted to share with my faculty members. So that was what I did. And so Callie mentioned earlier about our students, how Montgomery College student population is. And as of the fall 2015 student demographics, like she said, we have about 150 countries represented. We have adult students coming in here. Our student age is typically, about 25 or so. Some of them are, or most of them are actually international students. Maybe they are not so used to the American history, or they cannot really connect to the primary sources as perhaps, including me, as some of you can connect. And so looking at this and analyzing the primary source, and just the idea of coming here, in the Library of Congress and maybe doing some research is just such a wonderful experience for them. So that was something that, I just thought that would also contribute to the student success. So the ideas for the class project that we shared, and so some of these are my ideas, some of these are, ideas came from my faculty, like Professor Rindler, who was there. So, like teach through a combination of concepts and ideas, kind of create a framework and set of primary sources, not just one primary source, use some more primary sources, create some short assignment, like, give them a picture or a photograph and then have them analyze that and have them, what it brings to them. Maybe it brings their own experiences, what they have experienced in their own country, or, learned through their parents or grandparents. So these are some of the ideas for the short assignments. And it does foster a group discussion among the students. They are kind of just so much into it, so they just want to, bring in there. They have points of, their own different points of view in there. The perspectives are there, so they're questioning everything. So it's more like an inquiry-based learning. That is something that we are promoting at Montgomery College. And we are also working on, self-reflection and e-portfolio. And I thought that this is something that, sheer experience of going to Library of Congress probably could be, if it can make its way in the e-portfolio, that'll be something they can talk to, their, future generation about what their experience was. And of course, to at least plan a visit to the Library of Congress. So here are some of the faculty feedbacks. After my presentation, my workshops, I did 2 workshops at 2 different campuses. And after that, I sent like a email about what they thought and if they are actually using it or if they're planning to use that. And here is what some of my faculty members came back with, and I thought that was a very inspiring thing for me, that we are all so jazzed up and wanted to spice up our teaching here. So looking ahead, what do I want to do? I want to, of course, promote this to my fellow librarians, because it's not just only me who's been teaching. There are so many, 16 of us are teaching the library sessions, and I wanted to make sure that, all of our librarians know how to research using the Library of Congress's primary sources, the reading room areas, how to go around that so that they can in their turn help the faculty. We have a couple of workshops slated already. Vicky and I are going to be working with our library staff. I also have a professional day workshop plan, and then I have a college-wide LibGuide. So if I have a minute, I can perhaps just show it how it works. So what it is it's just, it's going to work as a toolkit, a research toolkit for our faculty, for our college community and beyond, as to what we did, what the fellows program is, and how it can help, and what are the different reading rooms here. So that is something that, since I enjoyed participating in this program, I thought that I would just share with them.